those people had rats. They had a lot of rats. Too many rats. Rats were just everywhere. How do they let the rats? I don't know. But somewhere along the line, they had a municipal problem that they didn't know where it came from, what it was doing, and how to fix it. And then somebody just comes along and says, hey, you know the story, yeah? Takes the rats away and then they forget to pay, or they give him a pittance of what they promised him and he gets all gnarly and takes the kids away. My point, whilst we're all engrossed in this infestation, this problem, we're neglecting stuff. While we're all kind of in a certain Pluto sense, our entire reality is intensified in one area, yeah? And Capricorn is business. Capricorn is corporation. Capricorn is money and status and, you know, the highest end of society. While we're all getting involved and obsessed about making more money and bringing in more business, you know, we're neglecting a lot of stuff. And those people of Hamelin were not different to you and me. They placed a lot of emphasis. Saturn, Pluto in Capricorn, all their chips were in that one corner of taking care of business and, you know, supporting the patriarchy in the corporation. But it's the same sort of thing right now. We're so absorbed in the patriarchal system. And I'm not saying it's bad, right? I haven't got a good or bad opinion about anything, especially on the bus. I'm just saying that when you put all your eggs in one basket, well, you start to neglect things, particularly where Capricorn's involved. We're neglecting things of an emotional nature, or the family, or the connection we have to our kids, and the nurturance and the fostering that we need to give them. And children don't need much from us, believe it or not. They only need us to be there in the space with them. They feel safe, they feel fed, they feel loved, and they feel ready and free to express themselves how they want to express themselves. If we're not there, then they're going to get it onto their own devices. And these days, those devices are pretty interactive. Do you notice how your kids are much more interested in their little device than you? Are you noticing there's some great disconnect as you're out there trying to earn money for the boss? Are you noticing how there's a huge disconnection between you wanting to pay the rent, the water, the taxes, the bills, etc.? That, you know, they're not interested in any of that or your world? And do you notice now that there's pressure and all that stuff's been taken away and we've been forced to go back home and stay with our kids, where you're picking up things? Picking up a number of things? Picking up... How are our children receiving this? How are our children experiencing this massive crisis that's happening in the world? What are we giving them as parents, as paternal, not maternal, but paternal? What example of society are we giving them? And similarly, what is the government, the corporation, the great status quo giving us in terms of how they're dealing with things? Do they care about the emotions? Do they care about the well-being, the emotional well-being of people? Or are they just more determined to get rid of the rats? Let's get rid of the rats, but then what's going to happen to our humanity?